Joy Gurudev, Joy Ma Shambhu Mahadeva. Amazing replies I have received from everyone, and your, even your experiences and all that I'm reading. It's amazing. So now we will start, exploring what is Shraddha. And it is a very interesting, subject. And we will also, don't worry, we are also going to take all your questions, all the common questions, interesting questions we are going to include in this. So, Shraddha, what is Shraddha, first of all? The Shraddha is something which has arrived from Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. Why faith? Why is the word Shraddha arriving from Shraddha? And what is the meaning of Mahalaya or Pitri? That we are going to explore. Along with that, we are also going to, explore the questions that why do we have Shraddha rituals, and how and from where common people came to know about Shraddha. Can women perform the rituals of Shraddha? Can people in periods, women in periods in their monthly cycles do Shraddha? What are the rules to follow? And many other things we have to explore over here. And many questions are there. I was just going through them. So scriptures, they originally say, specifically the Puranas, they say that the word Shraddha has arrived from the word Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. Mahalaya, Laya means destruction. Mahalaya means total destruction. This period is also known as the period of total destruction. Whatever you do will be destroyed, because all that you do during this period, the benefit of it is going to go to your ancestors. So it is known as Mahalaya. Pitri Paksh means, Pitri means the ancestors which are no more. They have passed away. So the Pitri Paksh, Mahalaya, is also known as the period when everything that you do is just going to benefit your ancestors and not you. So this is the science of Shraddha. Now, why Shraddha? Why is the word Shraddha? Shraddha means faith. Nothing in this world can work without faith. Even medicine. Even if you want to have medicine, and if you don't have faith in the doctor or in the medicine, doctor, this is not going to suit me. That medicine also will harm you and not benefit you, for sure. So, what is the key of, having benefits of everything, from everything? How can we procure benefits from everything that we are doing or having? Even, the rituals, the puja. We can only get total benefit from whatever we are doing if we have faith. And there's one more reason why this Shraddha puja and Shraddha period is called Shraddha, which is from Shraddha, which is faith, because you need faith to accept, to follow that which you cannot understand. You need to proceed with faith. Like right now, wherever you are, your car must be parked outside. You must have faith to know that it is parked in a proper place and you are not going to get a ticket for it. So faith is about that which you don't know, or that which is impossible to know. To explore that, to get benefits of that, you need faith. And there is one more reason why faith is included in Shraddh, because it is the subject of death. And death is always kept hidden, even birth is kept hidden. The process of birth, the intimacy between the parents, happens in the darkness, in the middle of night, or in the privacy of the room, or both. And if you notice, death is also kept hidden. When someone dies, the kids are sent to someone else's place. Nowadays things have changed, but even if you go to the small villages nowadays, the graveyards, the cremation grounds, specifically the cremation grounds, were always outside the village and on the lower portion in the southern area. Their rivers were flowing and they made villages wherever the rivers were. So they didn't even wanted water which was crossing the cremation ground. So the water will pass the village, and after the village, the cremation ground would also be near the river edge, and it will be very close to the river, but at the end of the village, in the southern part where the river is flowing down. So this was the process. Because nature, God does not want anyone to know that, to understand that. You can win over that which you know. There are still questions coming up one after another, and beautiful questions. We will take care of all the important questions over here. So, faith is something which applies to the ritual of Shraddh. And faith, because death is hidden, because if you know that, you can win over that and you can become immortal. On this planet, everything is mortal. And in fact, in our universe, everything is mortal. Existence does not want anything to become immortal. So that is kept as a secret. That is kept as a secret. Now, where this word Shraddh came from, we will see this because there are many questions, and then we will look at the scientific approach in the end of this word Shraddh. Shraddh is mentioned in the scriptures, in the older scriptures called Vedas. It is mentioned by the Lord Brahma himself. And it wasn't known to common people. Then came a very powerful king, an enlightened king called Lord Rama. He was considered the incarnation of Vishnu. Now, when Rama was sent to, the forest for 14 years with his wife and his brother Lakshman, his father died. And as per the scriptures, as per the Vedas, as per Lord Brahma, the eldest son or the youngest child must perform the last rituals of the parents. So, he wasn't available. He wasn't there for 14 long years. So what happened is that youngest sibling was Lakshman, even he wasn't available. So Bharat did the rituals. So their Rajguru told them that this is the problem, and Rama asked him that what is the solution for this. So Rajguru said that you must perform a Shraddh of your father, and after that the ritual of Shraddh became very common amongst the people. Now, listening to this, Sita asks that, though I am a daughter, can I perform the Shraddh from my father Janak, who was enlightened? But Dashrath wasn't enlightened, but Janak was enlightened. So she said that he was enlightened. So do we need to perform a Shraddh of a person who was enlightened? This is one of the question. Yes, because Sita performed the Shraddh of her father Janak, who was enlightened. Can woman perform Shraddh? Yes, because Sita performed the Shraddh for her father and also for her father-in-law. It is said in Gaya, where they performed the Shraddh, that The Shraddh wasn't accepted from Rama's hand, but it was accepted by Sita's hand. Even Dashrath accepted the Shraddh from Sita's hand. Even today, with faith, if you offer Shraddh, Tarpan, etc., in the water, do Pindadan in the water, you can see hands images coming up to receive the Shraddh, to receive the Tarpan, or you see the faces of your ancestors if you perform it with faith. Till date, people watch the faces of the ancestors in the water, and of the ancestors for whom you are performing. Like if you are performing for a client, you can see the faces of the ancestors of the client. I think so last year or a few years back, we were performing this ritual and our team was there and Nidhi ji was also there. And when they were performing, they could see the faces in the vessel, in the water of the ancestors who are coming to receive. So, women can perform Shraddh, but can they perform Shraddh in their periods? Any Shraddh ritual can be done in the periods? No, absolutely not. Because the deities and the ancestors and the spirits, they don't have a physical body like us. They have aroma body, they have aura body. So their food is aroma. And ancestors specifically, they are very thirsty. So we offer water a lot. So, if you are in periods, it is not bad. If periods is bad, if periods is sin, if periods is negative, we are all born after our mother stopped getting her periods when she was pregnant. So if periods is bad, everyone's body is made up of that period blood. So we all are impure. I'm not saying that period is impure, but period does have a very strong smell. And if you are in your periods, and if you perform the Shraddh ritual, that smell has to be accepted and eaten by the ancestors. And this body is also known as Karan Deh, the reasonable body. Because they don't have the reasonable body, they don't have a reasonable mind. And they can curse you. You are doing everything for getting benefits, but you might be in trouble if you are doing it without understanding the science of it. If you are doing it in your periods, if you are doing it in your monthly cycles, please don't do that. Okay? Then, women who are doing Shraddh Vidhi, specifically for their in-laws, must cover their head. And never do it without covering their head. Males and females all must cover their head while doing the Shraddh Vidhi. And there are rituals that we are talking about, the kusha grass and black til and many other things are needed. But covering of the head is very good if you do it. But specifically, women who are doing Shraddh ritual for their in-laws must always cover their head. Okay. And women must and they can perform Shraddh. Many questions are there, but not in periods. Again, there is a question about periods, not in periods. Now, scientifically, what is Shraddh and how does Pitri Dosh affect us? Scientifically speaking, this is all stupid. How can a person who is dead, create a havoc in our life? It is impossible to believe. But few years back, when DNA test was newly discovered in USA and Germany, there was a case in USA that a husband put a case on his wife. They both were white, but the child which was born was a African American child. It was a black child. So when they put this case, the husband put a case of divorce against the wife because he thought that the wife has been cheating on him. So finally the husband got this DNA test done and he found out that it is his own genes, his own son. So he said, how can he be black? So the scientists found out that not the Not the parents, not the grandparents, not the great grandparents, but the sixth generation of the boy, of the husband, was a black. One parent was black and one parent was white. And from that sixth generation beyond him, because there was a black African DNA present in his system, the child which was born was like a black child. And it was amazing for the science to find this out. So all of us have genes up till 7 generations before us. So all the prayers, all the meditation that we do will not only affect us, but 7 generations after us, our generation, and 7 generations before us. So 8 generation from your generation to behind and 8 generation from your generation to ahead is where your system is going to affect them and you are going to be affected by them. Now scientifically, why this period of Mahalaya, this Pitru Dosh, this Pitru Paksha and the Shraddha period is selected for us? If you go through the scriptures of Hindus, specifically the calendar of Hindus, which is known as Panchang, the lunar calendar, you will also know one very unusual ritual which is being followed in the rainy season. This unusual ritual is about eating cold food. You have to eat stale food, not only cold food but stale food. There are different stories connected in different cultures, different castes, different languages, different regions, which tell you that if you eat hot food or if you burn fire to cook, whether it is a stove or gas or whatever, there will be something very drastic happening in your family. Now, why am I talking about this with the ritual of Shraddha? I'm telling you, I'm going to explain this to you. This is because during the rainy season, the smell of the land, of the earth, of the mud does something to your DNA. Now, this is very interesting. Science doesn't know this now, but very soon science is going to know this. Science will come to know about this very soon. Very soon science is going to know about this. During this period, because of the water, the moisture in the region, specifically I'm talking about India, because India has rainy season. And if you are not in India, it will happen to you whenever you are facing a lot of rains. And the smell of the mud, of the land, of the cement, the moisture, affects your DNA, your genes. And there are 3 types of, you can say dosha, what you will translate it in English. Dosha, faults, or you can say attributes. Attributes, I think so is the right English, by which your body is governed. One is acidity, it is known as pit. One is gas, which is known as vat. And one is kapha, which is known as kapha. Every person is governed by one of these. Or you can say in our childhood we are governed by kapha, in our youth, in our teens, youth, and in our juvenile and young age we are governed by pith, acidity, and in our old age we are governed by gas. So this is how it is. All the diseases are laid out in this fashion. You will get diseases by the attribute that is governing you. If you are governed by pith, you will get all the diseases governed by pith. Like if you are governed by kapha, if you are more prone to get kapha, then you will have weak eyes, weak ears, weak senses. That happens to people who are governed by Kapha in this way. But during this rainy season, because of the moisture and because of the smell of the earth, your Vat, Pitta, Kapha, your gas, acidity, and Kapha, they become equal, they become same, and your body, your DNA, your genes is confused. And you have your 7 ancestors within your DNA, within your genes. So with faith, if you follow the rituals of Shraddha, you can calm them down. You know, in Hindu houses, if you go and see the Hindu houses, in their kitchen where they keep water, there is moisture as well as there is the smell of the earth over there. There they daily lit a lemon incense stick, or they lit a diya with a long, twig for the ancestors, and generally they lit a diya of oil, not of ghee over there. Why? To please the ancestors. Now if you lit a diya over there, or if you lit lemon essence sticks, because lemon removes all negativity and corrects your DNA, corrects your systems, corrects your planet. The strong of lemon is so strong, and it is also non-magnetic. It doesn't allow anything to stick to your consciousness, your aura, your body, your mind, your spirit. So if you do that, you can correct it. And so the period of Shraddha comes, is celebrated in Asia, in India, when there is a rainy season. Got it? This is the point. Why in this period? Now, there is another rule. One very learned person has said that it is said in the scriptures that you cannot perform Shraddha rituals in the night after sunset. Yes, this is correct. He wanted a confirmation for it. We are confirming it. Shraddha ritual cannot be performed in the night. If you are a Vamachari, still you cannot perform the Shraddha ritual in the night. If you are a Siddhachari, I am talking about the clans, the tribes of Tantra. If you are a Siddhachari, still you cannot perform the Shraddha ritual in the night. It can be very dangerous if you perform Shraddha ritual in the night. The ancestors will not like it, and their energy becomes so powerful that they might stay with you and not leave after that. But if you are a Kolachari, and only if you know how to handle spirits, you can perform the rituals of Shraddha in the night. But even the Kolacharis, they avoid performing Shraddha rituals, Pitri rituals in the night. Only in some special cases, when the Pitri has possessed someone, or when there is something very awkward or very odd or very negative going on, at that time Shraddha ritual, Pitri ritual can be performed in the night, not otherwise. Direction to be faced while doing the Shraddha ritual is south direction. And before you complete the Shraddha ritual, you have to be fasting. Yes, you have to be fasting. Don't eat if possible, only if possible. If you are not unwell, or if you are pregnant or something like that, you please can have something. But avoid eating, food during Shraddha. Avoid non-vegetarian food and intoxicants if you are performing Shraddha Puja. And even if you are not performing Shraddha Puja, please avoid having non-vegetarian food or alcohol during Shraddha. But if your ancestors were having this non-vegetarian food or intoxicants, you can donate them in the name of your ancestors, but you don't have it. They are on this planet. They come on your existence, on your level of existence during this period, and they don't want to see that you are enjoying after their death. They don't have a reasonable brain. I've told you that. So they won't be able to reason that a long time has passed and everyone has to move on. So don't ever do any celebration during the period of Shraddha. Avoid all the celebration during the period of Shraddha, and don't avoid getting their curse. And you know, do donations. Don't eat non-veg. Don't party. Don't have intoxicants. Donate them. If you have Pitrodosh, then Shraddha is a very important period for you. You must do all your Shraddha rituals during Pitrodosh rituals during Shraddha periods. They are going to act very well and you will be free from them. And details will be given to you for Pitrodosh and removal of Pitrodosh also. The Tarpan Vidhi, the Pindadan Vidhi, everything is going to come after this video. Remember to invite your ancestors before you start the Shraddha ritual. You must invite them. You must do their Avahan. You must make them sit on the Kusa grass. And if you don't do that, then you may be in trouble. And it's not good for them. And other Pitris will come and sit and take away their share. And whenever you have to invite them, you have to say that Shanik. Means as soon as the ritual is over, you may please leave. You cannot stay with us forever. Okay. Don't invite any VIPs for the Shraddha ritual, for the Shraddha Puja. If you invite VIPs again, they might feel bad that you are not giving attention to us, you are giving attention to someone else. So don't invite VIPs. Don't absolutely buy anything new for this 15 days of Shraddha. Don't throw parties, don't attend parties, don't wear new clothes which are bought during the Shraddha period. Avoid using perfume, makeup, fashion, cutting hair, cutting nails. If you are going to office, of course you have to shave, but get a haircut before the Shraddha period. Don't donate stale, cheap food, food which has keeda vagera in it, some kind of ants or insects in it. Don't donate that kind of food. If you are wearing Janau, the sacred thread, you must be wearing it on your left shoulder, so it will help you to activate your left nostril and right brain. But during the Shraddha period, you have to move the Janau to the right shoulder. This is again from the same gentleman who has been asking very important and intelligent questions. So you have to shift the Janau to the right shoulder because you have to activate your right nostril by doing the Shraddha ritual. If you are doing the Tarpan ritual at home, you must offer the Tarpan water in the trees. But make sure that no one steps on the Tarpan water. Neither you must spill the Tarpan water on the floor. While doing the Shraddha Vidhi, don't joke, don't laugh, don't make fun. And don't, just do it with a face like this. I don't like it. What is this stupidity? So they won't like it and you will be in trouble. Better is if someone else also you are asking our team to do the ritual for you. Still, you have to be careful. You must not joke during the period of your puja. You must ask which period are you going to do the puja. You must not joke during that period. Don't allow foul smell to come around you during the Shraddha ritual. Because they will have to eat it. Remember to say sorry in the end of the ritual. And in Shraddha period also, whenever you are burning a lemon incense sticks or a diya in your kitchen where you have your water, that is also, much effective. If you are not doing Tarpan or Pindadan or the whatever Shraddha rituals that you must be doing, Panchabali, we will in the next audio talk about Panchabali. Panchabali is simple. We'll talk it over here only. It is feeding ant, cow, dogs, crows, and pugar. These 5 life forms are supported by humans. So that is Panchabali. So don't laugh, don't make fun. And if you want to get this ritual, Shraddha ritual done, in the message box, we have given you the number. You can contact that. If any more questions, you are free to ask on the group. Hari Om Tat Sat.